Alright guys, I got one more for you today. I'm in the basement of this Solitude and I have an opportunity to do a video about something I've been asked about a lot recently. And that is going to be water pump noise. So these diaphragm style pumps do have quite a bit of movement to them when they're running. They have the rubber base down there to help absorb a lot of that, but what ends up happening in turn is lots of noise. Now you're not going to get rid of the vibration. There are some tricks to silencing it a little bit, but you have to remember that these are mounted to thin materials that are going to vibrate everything around it. They're going to vibrate the lines, which are going to do things against the wall. Now one trick I've seen for this, I actually got from a customer, is they had pool noodles cut along the side and they put it over some of their plumbing in a cabinet that was bumping into the wall. Now you can secure it to the wall. Remember, it's just going to vibrate that wall then, and that wall is going to work kind of like a subwoofer and make a bunch more noise. Same with the water pump. You can strap it down a little more, but it's just going to transfer that vibration to the floor and in turn keep making noise. But if you have an excessively loud noise or a rattle, usually coming from a piece of the plumbing hitting the wall, that pool noodle trick will work. When I found it, I actually pulled a noodle off real quick and tested it, and it was slapping the wall. So in most cases, unless you're in a huge fifth wheel and the pump is hidden in the basement down here, or a Class A and it's hidden in the water compartment, you're always going to hear the pump. It's just kind of like part of RVing, I guess. I have seen some pump setups that are quieter, and I've seen some that are definitely louder. The best way I can think of to permanently get rid of the noise would be like the pump suspended from like some kind of bungee assembly or something, just kind of dangling. But again, it's just going to transfer that vibration into the lines then, and they're going to slap around and hit things. So if you have a pump mounted inside under a cabinet or something like that, or under a dinette, and it just making a horrible sound, try and see if you can see any of the pipes nearby slapping a wall or something, and see if you can try the pool noodle trick. A lot of times too, I will find that the feet of these water pumps, not all 4 screws are put in there from the factory. Or if somebody's worked on it previously or replaced it, those front screws are a pain sometimes depending on where it's at, so not all of them get put in by everybody. Another one I've seen that seemed to work pretty well was I saw a guy who had taken a piece of like a foam tile and cut a piece out and put it underneath his pump and then remounted it on top of that. I don't know if it made any difference because I, of course, didn't hear it beforehand. Again, some coaches are very noisy and some not so much. Water pump location is a big one. So try and locate where you hear the noise the most and see if you don't have pipes slapping the wall, or if it's coming directly from the pump, see if you can't make sure the screws are all in there. Hope this helps.